Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. I am so incredibly thrilled to have you here today because, well, we're tackling something literally almost everyone who uses AI deals with on a daily basis. We're going to dive into some fantastic insights from Troiana's AI Hub, and specifically, we're focusing on how to transform those totally frustrating, repetitive AI experiences into a smooth, friction-free workflow. If you use tools like ChatGPT and you just constantly find yourself tweaking and fixing the output, you are definitely going to want to pay close attention to the system we're unpacking today. Let's start with a feeling we all know way too well. Are you just tired of repeating yourself to AI? It really can feel exactly like Groundhog Day, can it? You ask the AI for a simple response, and it spits out something that completely ignores your personal style or your workflow. So you fix it, but then the very next day you're in a brand new chat, you ask for something similar, and boom, it makes the exact same mistake all over again. You end up sounding like a broken record, constantly babysitting the system, instead of, letting it do the heavy lifting for you. I mean, you know exactly the types of corrections I'm talking about here. It's typing things like, make it shorter, or please no bullet points this time, or reminding it for the literal 100th time to use British spelling. Trojan highlights these specific, highly relatable corrections because they just perfectly capture that daily friction, and it is so tedious. Having to manually type out these same constraints every single time totally kills your momentum. Basically, it's a giant red flag that your AI isn't really working for you yet. You're just co-managing it. Now, what's absolutely crucial about this next part is a major mindset shift from Troiana. Every repeated correction is a custom instruction waiting to be written. Instead of just viewing these moments as annoying little bugs in your day, you really need to start seeing them as massive opportunities. They're signals. They are telling you exactly what needs to be automated in your system. By just slightly shifting your perspective, every single annoyance magically becomes a blueprint for building a permanent, highly customized AI assistant. Okay, section 1. Rules born from real friction. So how do we actually figure out what these rules should be? To really grasp this, we need to look at the contrast between two very different approaches: guessed up front versus grown from real friction. See, a lot of people try to sit down on day one and predict every single thing they might ever need their AI to do. They write this massive, speculative list of instructions. But Troiana points out that this is a totally flawed approach. Custom instructions work best when they are genuinely grown from real friction. The defaults that are actually worth changing are the exact things that annoy you repeatedly in practice. Basically, let your actual day-to-day work dictate the rules, not your wild guesses. The whole trick here is establishing a maintenance habit. It's an incredibly elegant 3-step habit loop that you can literally implement today. Step 1, notice a recurring annoyance. Just let the annoyances drive your edits. Step 2, write it out as a clear rule. And step 3, add it directly to your custom instructions. You fix it once, right at the source, instead of fighting the AI in every single new chat window. Let's look at a concrete example of this from the source material. Say you find yourself constantly telling the AI that its tone is too formal. After correcting too formal for, say, the 5th time, you follow the loop. You write a rule like, write like you're explaining to a smart friend, and you drop that into your instructions. Converting each recurring correction into a hard rule steadily shrinks the gap between the AI's very first answer and the answer you actually want. You finally stop fighting the tone in every single thread. All right, moving right along to section 2, when to update instructions. Knowing exactly when to update your instructions is what makes this a sustainable system, rather than just another chore on your to-do list. And we have a magic number here, 3. This is your immediate trigger. Whenever you catch yourself giving the exact same follow-up correction for the 3rd time, stop. That 3rd time is your bright flashing signal to stop retyping it, promote it, and make it a permanent custom instruction. This stops you from wasting time, while making absolutely sure you're only automating the things that actually repeat. Now, in addition to the rule of 3, there's a longer-term maintenance habit you'll want to adopt. The number 1 here represents 1 month. Troiana strongly recommends doing a periodic sweep of your instructions every month or so. I mean, your projects change, your needs change, right? So doing a quick monthly review ensures your AI is growing and adapting right alongside your actual workflow. Section 3, common mistakes to avoid. Let's set up some guardrails. While setting up custom instructions is ridiculously powerful, flexibility is just as important as automation. There are 3 specific traps highlighted in the source that can completely ruin your AI's output. The first is exactly what we've been talking about, retyping the same correction forever instead of just promoting it to a rule. That's just throwing your own time down the drain. The second is the total opposite problem, piling in so many rules that the AI's answers become completely stilted and overhedged. You want a helpful assistant, not a robot trapped in a maze of conflicting rules. And a third mistake is never revisiting your instructions, which means stale rules from some old project might still be firing and messing up your current work. That monthly sweep we just talked about? Yeah, this is exactly why you do it.
And that brilliantly illustrates the golden rule of what not to automate. There is a major exception to all of this. Do not use custom instructions for one-off preferences that only apply to a single task. If you encode highly specific single-task preferences as permanent rules, you are going to make the AI super rigid in the exact places where you desperately need it to remain flexible. Save the permanent rules for those universal annoyances and keep your task-specific directions inside the individual chat.
So, we have covered exactly how to transform your daily AI friction into a highly tuned, personalized system. The gap between what you ask for and what you get can start shrinking right now, just by listening to your own annoyances. So, I'm going to leave you with this question. What recurring correction will you automate today? Seriously, look back at your last few chats, find that one thing you keep having to fix over and over, and go make it a permanent rule. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy tuning.